Everyone, okay, so today I thought I'd share some of my favorite seeds that I got this year that I'm super excited about. I've already planted this and it's already started, but I just want to show you it because it's right here. I got last year, I did the Pomegranate Orange Master. What I will say about this, it's from Baker Creek and it came with 10 seeds, and out of that 10 seeds I had 4 germinate and only 2 ended up surviving. One I think died because of how I transplanted it. I don't think it was its fault as much as my fault, but the other one did just die because it was a weaker germination or a weaker strain. Now these two, I have 2. I have this one and one other, are doing really well. This is it. It's a, I guess it would be considered a drawer for micro tree. They're actually perfect for doing bonsais with. You just have to let the stem get big enough before you actually start trying to shape it, I've heard. So yeah, you can eat the fruit, but I've heard they're so small that it's kind of a waste of time, because if anyone has ever ate a pomegranate, they're not the easiest things to eat anyways, so you do. Okay, so let me go in. So I'm kind of excited about this seed. It's from Baker Creek. I get a lot of my seeds from Baker Creek and Michigan Gardener. I like Michigan Gardener the most only because they have really good prices. I can actually get a lot of their seeds or seed packets for anywhere from $1 to up to $1.75 cheaper than I can other places sometimes. So, and I have great germination rate with them, and then I know they're at least somewhat accustomed to my climate here. So yeah, so back to this side. All right, so I got these Lychee Tomatoes. They're actually supposed to be more like a fruit and not a tomato, so I'm really excited about this. The catalog showed them making pies and stuff with it, so I was really excited. It's a large thorny plant to bear large white flowers and sweet red cherry-sized fruit. So I'm not exactly happy about the thorns, but I thought it might be at least fun, and you can actually see the thorns on it there. So it might be one I plant at the edge of the garden, try to keep some critters away. The garden this year is going to be behind the house, and this year I'll actually be working on my permanent garden, just that side of the property, and it's already got a fence area. It's a huge area, so it'll be lots of fun. I'm excited to show you guys. Okay, so one of the plants I am most super excited to start is, I found this at Michigan Gardener. It's the yellow stuffer. Look how cool. So it's a yellow stuffer is what it's called, and they described it as something you could stuff. Is, you can see it's kind of got like the ball like a bell pepper. It's actually a cross between a bell pepper and a tomato. So it's got the ball thing at the top like a bell pepper does, where the seeds are, and then the rest of it is empty here. So you should be able just to take that out and then stuff it. I thought it'd be really good to do like a stuffed risotto tomato, be something different than a bell pepper. Might be a little bit softer, or even do a pizza in it. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do no dough pizza, be keto friendly or low carb friendly. I grew this one last year, but I am excited about it. Where are you? It was right up top. My lemon basil. I'm excited about that one. We actually really enjoyed it. My spouse does not like seasonings at all. No basil, no oregano, no thyme, no rosemary. He calls it sticks. So he actually ate this though, and so did my son. My son would go out there and just pick the leaves off and eat them just right off the vine, or the plant. I'm also kind of excited to grow safflower. I got it for the purposes of making my own safflower oil. we'll see how that goes. We've come to really like using safflower oil instead of olive oil. It actually has, really, it doesn't have any kind of taste, and I feel like it does a really good job cooking the food. So yeah, so, all right, so my bush beans, top, grew this last year, but this was so good. I'm gonna probably plant like 15 of these just because they were the most delicious things ever. They are the Royal Burgundy beans. Me and my son, we couldn't even get them in the house. I think I had 3 plants survive last year, and they did not produce enough for us to bring in the house because we ate them. Whether we ate them too fast or they just didn't produce enough, I'm not sure. These were one of the ones I planted 3 weeks early. So they went through a hard frost and then actually, or 2 hard frosts, one which actually iced over everything. So what it did produce, I'm actually quite proud of the fact that it produced anything at all, because it went through some stuff last year. So I do have some pole beans. I'm excited for both of them. Excited to try them. I'm actually more excited about the fact that I'm gonna get to do like a really cool trellis. So I've got the long Chinese noodle bean. It is one that I tried last year, but it died, so I'm not counting it really. And then I also just got the Kentucky Wonder bean. Nothing too special, but I'm excited for them. I don't really have any brassicas. I kind of stayed very simple on my brassicas, my cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, all of that. Nothing too spectacular. So I didn't do any root vegetables last year. I did try to do carrots, and I did the Atomic Red. I planted 300 in total over different times. And yeah, I had like a micro carrot at one point, but I was already cleaning out the garden, so I said whatever and just threw it out and didn't worry about it. And then this year I just went with rainbow carrots. My Atomic Red were also from Michigan Gardener. I don't think it's their fault by any means. I think it's me and the way I planted, and also just not realizing when carrots actually needed to be planted. I'm still trying to get my head around the idea of cool season and then regular season and then like fall season. So we eat radishes, but we only eat them roasted. So hopefully this is good roasted, but it is a black Spanish radish. It's supposed to be peppery and rich. So I'm quite excited about this Japanese wasabi. It was my free seed packet this year. We like spicy stuff, so I thought it'd be kind of interesting to try. So I'm gonna plant just a couple of these just to see if we actually can use it. If not, then I might save it and do it for a seed exchange or something. So Leafy Greens, one of the ones I am excited to try this year. None of mine really came up last year. They all kind of died. I don't know if it's how I planted, what I did. I have no clue. I like sticks or seasoning, as my spouse would call it, but this is some Mammoth Basil. I'm super excited about it. The Mammoth Basil, it'd be good. It says it's good for lettuce wraps, so I thought it would just give us, something to really do some lettuce wraps with. We try to do keto a lot, or a low carb diet, just to kind of keep us in check. So the Mammoth Basil, we'll see how it does. We'll see if it's a good thing for us to substitute instead of romaine lettuce or bib lettuce for using as a lettuce wrap, if it's not too basil-y. Okay, so we also have coffee. I am super excited. Like this one and the yellow stuff are probably my most looked forward to seeds to start this year. The coffee plant, it is a tree. It cannot grow in my zone technically, so I am zone 5. I'm gonna just say 5 because I'm kind of like, I'm right on the line of A and B, and where we live, we get high winds to account when I'm considering how cold it gets here, because the wind chill can make that 50-degree day still feel like 30. But the coffee plant, I thought it'd be a fun indoor plant. It says it's gonna make your house smell like vanilla when it's in bloom. So it'll be a nice like aromatic plant to have in the house. And then in 5 years, yes, 5, we can maybe roast our own coffee. Be quite yummy, hopefully. Be a long wait. Hopefully it's well worth the wait. Anyone else grow coffee? Can someone tell me if it's worth the wait? I'd love to know, seriously. Okay, other. Okay. So I'm gonna divvy off here and just tell you guys one funny story real quick. So last year, first year ever gardening, first year deciding I was going to garden, and I had been watching Roots and Refuge, Jess on Roots and Refuge, and she, right before, my son's out again, right before, you wanna come say hi?
Oh. Hi, I'm Tiberius. I will be joining the video when we garden.
Oh. Anyways, what was the same? Oh, YouTube. I was watching Jess, and she had, like, right before, like maybe a week before I bought my seeds and I got my catalog and I was looking through and I was super excited. She had done an episode on okra. Now, I am from the South and I do like fried okra, but I don't like okra in general. Like, it's just not something, but she made it sound like it was the best vegetable to have in your garden. Yep. With all its slime, and I think she called it mucilage, I think is what she said. But she made it sound so stinking good. Like, I had to have it. I just knew I needed okra. So I bought it. And you can see it's unopened. That's because no one else eats okra and I don't eat okra other than if it's fried. Yep. So now I have a seed pack. I have this thing of okra. I eventually will try it probably in the permanent garden, but right now I will not because it's honestly kind of a waste for me to have this. But she made it sound so delicious. I had to try it. Oh, I bought baby corn. I didn't even know baby corn was something we could even grow in Michigan or in this zone. I thought it was, I don't know what I thought. I didn't think baby corn could be grown here. So I'm super excited about this. This is really, really good. Just like little quick snack to be able to grab. Okay, so I also have tomatillos and ground cherries. So my tomatillos last year, I did, I thought they had to be yellow to be ripe. Like I thought the husk had to be like brown and yellow. I found out that it's actually when it looks like that, right there, that one. See how it's split open? So when the husks are, when they grow, you can almost squeeze that outer husk because the tomatillo inside isn't big enough yet. So it grows, and then when it gets ripe, it actually bursts open the husk, just like that one right there. And that's when you know they're ripe, and they actually remain sticky. I didn't think that was the case either. So yeah, all my tomatillos, I didn't have many become ripe because it was a really wet season last year. So I think humidity got to my tomatillos too, but because of all of that, I didn't get any, and we're really wanting to make our own salsa verde. So I did get 2 different types of ground cherries. Last year I grew the Aunt Molly's, and this year I have the new Handover. I've heard they taste pretty much the same, that there's not really a difference. I'm gonna see which one I like. I'm actually gonna put them both in the ground this year so I can see which one's better to me. Okay, so I have some sweet peppers. There's not really any sweet peppers that I'm super excited about. Just getting them so I can grow them and hopefully have them. I am, though, going to be, not that I'm necessarily excited about it, but I am going to try to make my own cayenne powder. So I'm going to grow some cayenne slims and be able to hopefully grow my own, or make my own cayenne powder this year. It'd be something fun. I thought it'd be a good Christmas gift too if I get a lot of it, because then I can be nice, be like, oh, this is homemade, organic cayenne powder. All right, peas. Now, I did not buy these last year. So last year, in addition to being convinced to buy okra from watching YouTube, I also decided I needed everything purple. If it was purple or any kind of pretty color, I bought it. I was super, super excited for any kind of color. And I bought, I bought stuff that my family would eat, but I also bought quite a bit that my family would not eat because of this. So, and one of the things I didn't buy last year was snap peas or sugar peas or any of that sort, and my family loves those. So I'm actually gonna do lots of peas this year. I've got two different types. I've got sugar magnolia and then sugar snaps. So, and those will be real pretty on a trellis too. So I have my flowers separated into edible flowers and then regular flowers. I did this because I only wanted plants that are pretty much completely edible in the garden, because my rule with my son is that if he's in the garden, he can eat anything outside of the area that I tell him is for the hot peppers. I want to make sure any actual flower I put in the garden is something that if he grabs for some reason and decides to eat without asking me first if he can eat it, which he is normally good about, but just to be safe, I have it so that only the flowers that are completely edible minus the roots or maybe the stem are edible. This way I know if he grabs a leaf or a flower and decides he wants to try it, it'll be okay. At most he might get a tummy ache from one of these, but nothing major. I'm excited to grow these. This is Aster Apricot. They're really pretty. They look really pretty, so I'm excited to grow these. I didn't really do any sunflowers this year. I bought one other. I bought the lion's head, or what is this? The sun gold. It's real pretty. But I didn't buy a lot of different types of sunflowers this year because this one I bought last year and it is not that color at all. It is actually more of like a yellow gold color with a little bit of like variegated red in it. It's not this beautiful, deep, rich. Baker Creek and I think Michigan Gardener both had like a chocolate sunflower, but I was scared to get it because I don't want to waste money on something that's not actually that deep, beautiful, dark red color consistently. Like, I didn't get a single sunflower that was dark like that. All of them were yellow and red. I don't know if that has to do with how I planted or my soil health, because my soil health right now, I'm working on building it up without spending a ton of money on doing that. So I'm in the process of building it up, so it might be some of the soil health. I have no clue though. And then the last one I'm actually really excited to grow is these. This isn't just the non-edible flower, but it is this. And I know parts of this are actually edible, but for the most part, there's quite a bit on it that's not, and I just didn't want to take the chance, or actually I think it's all edible. I think just in large amounts it can give you a stomach ache, so I just don't want it to be in the garden, really. I actually have a few trees that I want to do like flowers around, so I thought this might be one of those that I could do that with. But it looks like a Dr. Seuss plant, I think. I thought it was real pretty. So what seeds are you guys excited to grow this year? I really want to know. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys and see what kind of seeds you're excited to grow this year. And I really hope you guys get a chance to grow and do something you love today.